Welcome to Walking with HQ 2025 edition. First walk of the new year. Here's the beautiful view. I'm going to talk a little bit about 2025. I'm not going to give predictions so much as just kind of giving more thoughts. I don't like giving financial advice because if you're right, people never really acknowledge it, and if you're wrong, you never hear the end of it. So just in anything in life, I don't give financial advice because for that reason I think it's silly. But I saw at the end of the 2024 Matthew Hendler, I think it's M. Hendler Cards or Matthew Hendler Cards, did a top 10 sales of 2024 or something like that. And he asked the question, on that list there was Messi, Pele, Mbappe, and Yamal. And he asked the question, who do you think will be on this list in 2025 that wasn't on this list in 2024? Which I thought was an interesting question. I thought about it. I mean, the easy answers are, probably like Ronaldo or Maradona. And then, I was thinking more, the cards of theirs that it would take, like it would probably take a Ronaldo 2002 PSA 10. It would definitely take a high grade, maybe like a high grade Maradona disc. Maybe like a Ronaldo 2014. Prism gold power, 1 of 1, something like that. And then we also don't know what value it's going to take to, what sales price it's going to take to crack into the top 10. If I had to bet, I would probably say nobody. Just because I think it's probably going to be, the top 10 list is probably going to be dominated by Messi. I'm sure there'll be like a big Pele rookie that sells this year. There's no, as of right now, and I don't expect there to be a rookie like Superfractor that comes out. It's, like I said, it's hard to know without the card, without knowing which cards are going to come available. But I'd be surprised if at least half the list, probably most of the list, isn't Messi or Pele. As far as the sets in 2025, I think the year is going to actually start off pretty exciting. I think the gold kabooms and Donruss this year are going to be full bleed. I don't know that. I haven't seen them. I could have never imagined what the stunt they pulled last year. But I do think they're going to be full bleed. And I think that's going to give us something truly exciting in the hobby for people to chase. I think 2025 Donruss could be a very interesting set because I think the rookies are going to stink. I think most of the set will probably stink, but I think the gold kabooms are going to be so popular that it's going to be such a boom or bust type product, which is kind of like what we're used to anyway now these days. But I think with that gold kaboom chase, that could be it. Like outside of the normal Messi super that they might put in, or I'm sure Topps / Fanatics has gotten pretty good about coming out with manufactured chase cards where sometimes they put like a good inscription and sometimes they put an absolute stupid inscription, but hoping to get people to chase, so forth and so on. But I do think, as of right now, like the gold kabooms are going to be the 2025 chase of the year. But after that, man, it's going to be, if I had to guess, I think it's going to, I don't know when it's going to start, but I think at some point the start stocking up for the 2026 World Cup is going to happen. Maybe midway through the year, or maybe even later. But if you think back to 2021, there was, it was definitely a different time, but the run up to the World Cup happens way before the actual World Cup. And if it wasn't for Messi winning, we probably would have seen maybe the highest prices, well before the World Cup. I don't, I'd have to go back and look, but I definitely remember, like, leading into the World Cup, everybody was kind of had the same game plan, and so, but that's a 2026 kind of thing. But I do think 2025 is probably the year, because I do think with the lack of rookies, unless something crazy happens, it looks like that I just, standing here on January 3rd, it's hard for me to think of what's going to be exciting. Maybe like if Topps gets 24-25 Dynasty out, which I'm not expecting. I think maybe we'll start seeing some road to World Cup products that might get people excited. We don't know how they're going to treat that because the, obviously the 2022 World Cup was so late. It was in December. It wasn't a normal one. So, maybe we start seeing World Cup or road to World Cup products near the end of the year. The black kaboom too, 101 kabooms. Maybe they surprise us with something like that. I don't think we're going to see the main 2022 2026 World Cup sets, the Prism, the Eminence, until in 2026. I don't know. Maybe they surprise drop something on us. Maybe we start seeing some of these Topps Black Dynasty cards that they kind of put into Otani and another product. But like I said, standing here on January 3rd, I can't really think of too much. What if they did debut patches? Yeah, debut patches is by far the best thing that Topps has done with the Fanatics relationship. I think it'd be great if they brought it over to more than just MLS, but I'm not expecting it. It's just like when you have one league, it's way easier to do it, and keeping track of like all these different leagues and what constitutes a debut. Is it a friendly, for like a national team or, so forth and so on. It's just like, I'd love to see it, but I think it's just so much harder. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe the boom comes with it. Yes. Shout out to Emma Roberts. She is the one that finally made people believe that there are loaded boxes that get sent out. I can't believe we've achieved this momentous day, but shout out to Emma. I think it's hilarious, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think there's many other questions. The giant orange orb, that would be the sun. Well, you get the sun. It's just probably 10 degrees where you are. Yeah, so that wasn't too impactful, but 2025, the year of probably consolidation and thinking, if you want to buy something in 2025, I would say buy the best player on the team you think is going to win the World Cup. Prolific, Davies. Yeah, I think people will buy Pulisic because he's now a bona fide international superstar. That's not U.S. bias. I think we can say that by now. But like I just said, I think you should buy the best hobby player on the team that you think is going to win, or the teams that you think have a chance to win. More so than just buying